Well, I guess we're good to go. So let's get rolling. All right, that should be all the chats up. Does seem like the mic audio is dampened wrong. All right, so here we go. We're jumping into a new run for Space Engineers today. And we're making it difficult. So this is our mod list. We're changing up a bunch of things, adding in as many NPC encounters type mods as we can. That'll give the world some life, some interaction, some shit that's going to shoot at us, some shit that we're going to shoot at. So that's always beneficial. Some things to make things easier on us, tracer rounds and the like, so you can see where you're shooting. Since we're playing by ourselves, I really like Nanobot because I like to build a lot of very large, wide complexes, so that'll help us actually weld everything up and not have to take forever to do it. And some new stuff that I just added has to do with the ore. So we're going to spread ore out. We're going to make it deeper and harder to get to. We're going to put a lot of the more complex ores on different planets so we have a reason to travel eventually. This will probably be a long playthrough. And with that, we're going to change our ore detectors so we have a little bit of ability to scan further down. So that's pretty much what's going on here. We're adding all of that stuff. Not opposed to my friends joining me at some point if they want. And I think that's it. So, advanced. I think we are gonna leave everything the same here. Yeah, I want to be able to do whatever I want, so as big as I want. Okay. Okay. Alright, and that should be it. So that's our setup. We're gonna do a normal spawn. Hello? For a promotion. Yeah, we don't do any promotions. Thanks for joining me. But we're not gonna be touching that. And yeah, I'm just here for a good time. Hopefully this doesn't take too long to load up. Sometimes that initial spawn in does. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, we're gonna go Earth to start. Here we go. Yeah, we'll just do Earth. It's the general start. It'll allow us to, you know, get into things normally. Yeah, I don't want to skip any steps, so I like doing the Earth-like drop. So, all right, let's do this. All right, as usual, dropping in. We're gonna try to see what's going on before we hit the ground. Right over an ice lake. That's pretty lucky. Although it does seem like we are in the middle of a freighter, so that's not great. But, you know, ice is awesome. So, boom. All right, so here we are. As soon as our parachute goes away, there we go. All right, so we did spawn in a little rover. I don't like using it too much. It does seem kind of cheating, but you do need a little bit to survive in the first couple seconds here. So we already got a installation on our left. We're gonna avoid that. And we're just gonna drive around for a second here. Obviously, we see the ice. See if maybe there's any lucky other spawns close by. never mind. So now we don't have an ore detector, which is actually kind of fun. But we do have our survival kit still. We should probably pick up... put our brakes on. Pick up our bottle here. And the gyro. It's a good way to start things. Alright, so now we don't have a gyro, so we can't use our mouse anymore, so we'll just roll around here. Where do we want to build? Obviously, oh gosh, yeah, we're going too fast to make these sharp turns. We'll just flip over again. So that's, I mean, that's pretty legit. All we know is what we see. We got ice, we got mountains, lots of rock. I think it's a little bit closer. I was trying to get away from that station over there, but like looking up here, oh god, we are just slipping all over the place on this ice right now. Holy cow. I think over here in this like in this little cove is gonna be super cool to defend. We'll be able to set up, you know, Jesus, oh my gosh, this thing can barely function. There's another one of our bottles. Is that a hydrogen bottle? I don't want to lose our hydrogen bottles. Our oxygen bottles, don't really care about it exactly. I don't want to lose that. Anything else floating around back here? No. Alright, so let's try to get over here before we explode. And I think we're gonna set our base up right in here. As some of you guys know, I'm a mole. I love living underground. Holy crap, I gotta get out of this rover. And just like that. Alright, rover is fucked. We're gonna have to run. Oh my gosh. Alright. I really needed it closer. I need the stuff on here, but yeah, I need that survival kit. 3 minutes in and we're already flipped. That's pretty standard start, I think. Like, I hate to see it. But it is what it is. Frick. Okay. I don't know if I can get this thing flipped over with what I have. Why though? Why did it flip? Okay, so I guess I haven't. Okay, now that I know you're here, I'll go into this. So this is effectively Minecraft in the way that it's voxel, right? You dig, you find materials, and you build. It is Kerbal Space Program in the way that the things that you build have realistic everything. Realistic mass, realistic physics. They have realistic fuel consumption. Like, in order to use my jetpack right now, I am using hydrogen. When I run out of hydrogen, my jetpack doesn't work anymore. You have oxygen concerns. If you're not on Earth like we are right now and you don't have your visor closed and you don't have an oxygen bottle, you will suffocate and die. All of your vehicles have to have some sort of power, either a battery or a nuclear reactor, a hydrogen generator. You have to have the fuel to support whatever you are using as a generation source. Your tires have friction. So like we're on ice right now, so we were sliding all over the place, and we ended up flipping over. So everything in the game is very, like, you have to deal with it like it would be, I mean, you know, pseudo realistic. So your guns have ammo consumption. You know, you can't, I mean, you can pick up a lot, but you can't just pick up everything, right? So you have weight constraints on your person. all of it. So I really wanted to get over here. This is quite far. We're gonna fly. Oh yeah, collision, right? So if I just full on run into the wall over here, I'll die, right? Like all of that stuff. So gotta be paying attention, which is, you know, as you know, something I like. I like to be mentally engaged in what I'm doing. I like there to be, you know, purpose and repercussions for whatever. Okay, but what happened to the car? Why did it flip? Oh, because we were driving around and it started sliding and it went sideways and then it rolled. This is all this is a lake, so this is all ice. So we're on an ice lake with like 0 friction, and so it just started going sideways when we started going too fast. Or just like in a hurry. Yeah, ice. Yeah. So eventually we're gonna take apart that little truck. I was gonna do that anyways over here. In this cove. I'm probably gonna live like literally right here. I think this is gonna be home, like right in this mountain. So I was just trying to get over here, but I didn't make it. So that's all right. Ever is kind of frustrating. So what to do? We're gonna, we made our bed. We're gonna lie in it. We're not gonna restart. However, I think I'm not gonna deal with trying to flip this thing over. I could, but it's a pain in the ass. So we're gonna dismantle it with our grinder. We're gonna get our parts back. Not everything is recoverable from the things that you make, but most of your tier 1 type equipment is. This is all you know, steel plates and you know, tubes and whatever. It's just your basic building components. So you get most, if not all, of your components back from like your starter builds like this is. This is all small grid, so there's 2 different grid sizes in the game. So this is small grid, so you can see like the wheel is, you know, probably about a meter in realistic size. Large grid, right? This is a single block in large grid, where like this, as you can see it, this is a single block in small grid. So pretty big difference when you get into like upgrading from small grid to large grid. It's pretty fun to see like your small grid stuff next to your first large grid equipment. All right, so yeah, we're gonna try just pull like a bunch of plates off of this thing so that we can move over to the mountainside and then get going. We need the survival kit because that's the only thing at the moment that can take the ore that we mine up. That's the stone, actually. This guy right here. And refine it down until we get like actual stuff together. 3 medical components. So I do believe you get medical components back. So we're gonna take what we have. Our inventory is full, and we're just gonna come over here and start laying out a little bit of a spot. So I'm thinking like turrets up in the hills, right? So I don't know if I want to be all the way in the, like in the armpit of this, you know, hillside here. Yeah, I do think this little divot is right about where we want to be. So maybe... thinking like even or so. Maybe a little bit down. Yeah, that works. So we'll build in like that. So that'll be effectively like the entrance, and that'll probably get blown up a few times before it's actually like structurally sound. But this is kind of what we want to do here. Pretty extra. You don't have to do this right away, but I kind of want to know like what I'm getting into in the future. Yeah, so this is effectively going to be like where we come in, and this will probably all get filled in eventually, but this will be like our entrance into the mountain. Because the ground is actually one of the best shields. You can use, this is light armor that I'm using. It is the most resource inexpensive, but you can use heavy armor blocks eventually once you get all the materials for that. That helps out a lot. And structural integrity, this is effectively paper that we're using right now. It melts when it gets shot, but it's all right. Okay, so we're gonna have to drop some stuff and go get more plates. And then we'll get into digging. We can just move everything like to that spot and like leave it outside for a little bit. But then we won't have power. That's right. This doesn't have power. Oof. What is... Are we fucked? I don't think so. I think we can do this. I don't... So in this thing, until these batteries run out, is our only source of power at the moment. So we gotta make sure we don't cut the batteries off of the cockpit, because batteries are one thing that you don't get back. You don't get the power blocks back from the batteries. You have to remake them. So we gotta make sure we build a wind turbine first, get that up in the air so that our base starts generating power, so that when we cut up the rest of this rover, we're not screwed. Actually, I'm not even sure if you lose your starting survival kit, how you even... I've never played a start like that. I don't even know how you survive without like a starting survival kit. You can't, as far as I'm aware, you can't process stuff in your backpack. Just keep cutting. These starter tools are very slow. Do we have anything in this thing? A gun and some magazines and an extra set of tools. We don't need any of that right now. Oh, that's the survival kit. I do want to bring that, but I'm not sure that we're ready. I want to get this wind turbine up first. Make sure that we can power it over at the platform. Alright, inventory is about full, so let's go. We'll go ahead and GPS location this space as well, before we forget. I think it is... Yes. Yep. We'll go ahead and change that though. This one. Make it purple. Always visible. Great. Alright, so what we want to do first is get our wind turbine up in the sky. I don't actually know. I don't think we have any girders, so we're gonna have to make those first, and we need interior plates for this. Hashtag food, that's right. Yeah, I wish this game had something like that. Can you make girders in a... Hey, Quixie, aren't you supposed to be at work? Or you're probably just getting ready to leave. Just about to head out. Yeah. Absolutely, dude. Thank you for the 16 months. That's crazy that you are still subscribed. I really appreciate that. Yeah, man, we'll talk soon. I'm starting a new world. We're changing some things up. Una wanted to see it, so we're just having some fun, chilling out this evening. But yeah, we just started. You didn't really miss it. But yeah, man, good to see you. Glad you're still kicking. Yeah, Finger Gun says, Quixie! Alright, so let's check real quick, because if this doesn't make girders... Oh, it does. Okay. We need 20 of those, so we need some stone. We'll go ahead and get that. You cannot get rid of me that easy. I know, dude. It's good to have you.
Energy low.
Alright, just like that, we are full on ore. We'll go ahead and put that in the survival kit. I don't think that it has... Oh yeah, we need to make ingots first. Alright, so we'll get that going. This is just a stopgap to make sure we get the power, like I said. And then we'll get back to going over to the base. Not gonna bore out too big of a hole here. Okay, so the one interior plate will allow us to at least build this thing, or like put the frame down for it. Right there. We'll start welding that up. Oh, we need 4 more girders as well. What does it need? Motors, construction parts, computers. Okay, motors. Parts. Could be a majority of things, then we'll take a look at exactly what we're missing here. One motor, 8 interior plates. Okay, and we're also gonna really need a battery too, because this thing will only just supply a constant stream of power. It's not like, so we won't have the ability to save any, which is gonna be pretty frustrating to work with, but it's okay. One more. I don't think we need the last interior plate to get this thing rolling. Yeah, everything below the line for functional is all you need to make it work, and then
critical.
There we go. All right, so now we have power flowing through this grid. Anything connected to it doesn't have to be built up, but everything connected to that now has juice flowing through it, so we can start moving things over here. A couple main things, like I said, we need a battery for the base, which is going to be a kind of a tall task, not gonna lie, and then we need a storage container, and then we'll be effectively moved in. So, yeah, let's just cut up some more of this, get the armor off of it.
No energy.
Oh. Jack a little bit more power from this thing before we dismantle it, like we were saying. All right. So interior plates, 4 motors, some computers, small tubes. Definitely handicapped myself here at the start, blowing that thing up, or flipping it over at least. Alright, so before we get inside, we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna build outside. It's gonna be kind of rough, but that's okay. What else can we pick up off the ground? Small tubes, computer, motor. Small tubes, steel plates, computer. Okay. And then we'll drop the rest. And we'll go back. We gotta mine a little bit more. So yeah, so this thing is turning the stone into ingots, and then it's turning those ingots into these base materials here, nickel, iron, and silicon. It's kind of a slow process because stone does not have a good output, but you know, that's how you start. Eventually we'll have like a real refinery and a real assembler. And then we'll be able to find like iron deposits, silicon deposits, magnesium, and all the different metals. We'll actually go out and find the different things and mine them directly, and then we won't have to get it from stone. So there is combat. You can turn on like animals. You can turn on spiders and wolves that'll spawn in packs and stuff and attack you. But I have installed like every single combat mod that I can find that doesn't seem like it's gonna suck. I probably got like 8 of them. So that spawns in all of these pre-designed ships, bases, installations, and some of them, there's probably just as many factions as there are mods. So some of them are parallax, some of them, you know, I can't think of them off the top of my head at the moment, but there's like a bunch of different factions that fight each other. Most of them will fight you. Here you go. Yeah, so all of these different factions are in the game, and as you can see, we are not friendly with any of them. And yeah, so if you get too close to them, about 2 kilometers, 2 to 3 kilometers is about your safe distance. So you can see that over there, those ships are flying by. This is a military installation. So if we ran over there and got within about 3 kilometers, it would start like aggressing. And then if we got within, I think most guns have about 800-meter range. So if we got within the range of their turrets on the installation, they would shoot us. And you are very squishy in this game. So it doesn't take a whole lot to put you down, to melt your ships, all of that stuff. To combat that, like we have mods for, you know, better guns, ship shields, base shields, but everything is very expensive, right? So I've made it very hard to get like OP in my playthroughs. But I've made it doable. So it gives you something to work toward. Can you steal their mats? Absolutely. Everything in this game is piratable. So you can, like, if you go, you can disable the guns, like, on those ships. You can fly on board. You can melt them down. You can grind them down just like I'm doing to this thing. You can get inside and, like, neutralize their flight seats and anything that is, like, controlling the plane. And then you can claim it as your own. And then you can either use it, you can redesign it, you can scrap the whole thing down for mats for yourself. Yeah, you can do any of that. You can make big grinding pits that you throw all of the ships that you pirate into. I have a mod that's called Nanobots. It makes the solo gameplay a little bit more bearable, where the nanobots will go and destroy things that you have designated for it to scrap, and so it'll go and scrap all of the stuff for you and bring it back, just like if you had a scrapping setup. Like there's, I'm just bringing this up, so there are what are they called? So there's welders, which do the opposite. Shoot, what are their actual names called? I don't remember. Why? Drawing a lot of blanks today, apparently. So, for instance, right, like there's drills, hand drills, and then there's ship drills. Same with building things. There are the hand welder, and then there's ship welders that you can hook on to ships that will build automatically as long as you have conveyor belted materials to them. And then there is the opposite where it will break things down. I don't think I'm playing with progression on, but maybe I am. I'm gonna have to change that later. But as you can see, there's a ton of blocks in this game to use and build, design, all kinds of stuff going on here. I actually want to change out. This is... No. This one? Maybe I don't have that. I thought I had the stackable turbine, but apparently I don't. Okay, so yeah, so yes, short answer, yes, you can absolutely steal their mats. They will also just have containers with stuff on board. Early game, it's a good way to get uranium before you can get to a place that will spawn uranium. This planet will not. For instance, the ore that you can get here is limited just to iron, nickel, silicon, and magnesium, I believe, are the only 4 ores that are available on this starter planet, which gives you motivation, right? You can't just play the whole game here. Be pretty limited on what you could build. So in order to get to the good stuff, the good guns, the upgraded equipment, we're gonna have to build a rocket, get up out of the atmosphere into space, and then you know, to the asteroid fields, and then to other planets that have the materials that we're looking for. So quite a long playthrough if you so desire. All right, so back to it. We're gonna get this container built. Woo! Okay, a little fast there. I also have speed limits turned off. Normally you are limited to about 110 meters per second in your suit and 100 meters per second in a vehicle, but I have turned that safety net off, and you have to be paying attention in my world to how fast you're going, and if you're about to collide with something and die, adds a little bit to it, in my opinion. All right, so we're almost there. We need, come on, 8 more small tubes for this. And then what do we want to do? We're gonna put a small assembler on here, right there. And then we're gonna put a small refinery right there. And that'll be our base production. So this will hold all of our equipment that we're getting, our ore that we're about to mine in here. It'll put it in the refinery. It'll refine it down into the base materials automatically. And then it will put it back in the box. And then we can use the assembler here to build all the components that we're having to run over to the truck to build. We are also... I really don't want to put a battery outside here. We might build in a little bit before I build a battery. We really need to get a battery into this base. However, that's going to take some mats that I don't think that we have available to us just yet. Okay, what did I say? 8 more small tubes. That's hilarious. We can't even build small tubes in this thing. Is there anything else that has small tubes that we can rip? And if not, that is fine. We're gonna have to prioritize the assemblers first. Yeah, so there is progression here. Like, you can't just build whatever you want. You gotta have the right refinery, gotta have the right assembler, all of that stuff to make it happen. Well, if that's the case, what if I just drop that stuff? And take that guy. Okay. So I'll get. Again, this is just to hold us over. I'm gonna connect to the box so that we can actually use it. Alright, so we have to build these things first, so let's try to do that. Let's pick up what we have here.
Inventory full.
And do the assembler first, I suppose. Construction parts, motors, displays. Oh, how many computers? 80 computers, hell yeah, dude. Alright.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Alright. Okay. Really, not having a box really sucks. Okay. But it's okay. I guess we're gonna just start mining over here. We could keep scrapping the car. I suppose. But I'm not going to. Ooh. And actually, once we get going here, I'm actually gonna make a bore and use that to drill into this hole, because we're gonna need quite a large excavation. I don't want to do that all by hand. Take these displays, some more computers. Okay, let's figure this out. Okay, so 15 more construction components, 10 motors, some more plates. Construction parts. 10 motors and more steel plates. always going to need those. We'll just get that going, and we'll just keep mining while that is building. So left click actually mines. If we wanted to just get in here, we could right click and that'll just bore out a hole. It's kind of big and it won't actually gather anything. So you can like cut into a place if you're by an ore that you're trying to walk to or something like that, or just cut a hole through the mountain. Ooh, that was close. Should we heal up? Oh, also 10? Yeah. I don't know if you can like see, but like these are some of the ships that we'll be looking at building at some point. Just a lot of different types of stuff. Combat ships, mining ships, not this one. That's that's Zen's dream ship. But yeah, just a ton of different stuff. You can't really tell what's going on in some of these pictures, but yeah, we'll definitely be getting into it at some point. All right, we got a good amount of motors now. We'll get back on computers. We'll go ahead and take the motors, some of these computers. We'll try to get this thing going. Need 31 more computers for that to be functioning. And this just needs a ton of stuff still. Mostly steel plates. So we'll go ahead and add more to that. Yeah, we're getting there though. We're very close to having our basic assembler and our basic refinery up and running. They are way better than the survival unit. So we are getting there. Six more computers. I think we might actually need a few more as well. Once we get the assembler going, we can start pulling some of those resources out of there, get them into the assembler, and then we'll be able to build the small tubes. Once we get the tubes, we'll be able to connect the actual box up to the other things, and then everything will talk to each other, and we'll have to micromanage all the resources a little bit less. And we'll be able to auto input them instead of dragging them in here every single time we do anything. Alright, so let's get this thing functional. Just missing some plates, but that's alright. Take the iron, all of that, and put it in here. build. Like 20, right? I need 8. Not bad, and 10 interior plates. Much faster. Here we go. Boom. Alright, so now we have our cargo container. We can pick up all our loose mats.
Inventory full.
Just dump everything in there. So. Perfect. And now this talks to everything. So now I can talk to the basic assembler. I can talk to the survival kit. And I don't really want this building anything. I just want it refining stone. So we're gonna use this thing. So here's our power cells. So this is what we're gonna use to make a battery, which is very exciting. We can make our small steel tubes like you saw and get things rolling. So we're good. We're chilling. What do we need for the refinery now? So 100 plates, 10 motors, 10 computers, 150 plates, really. So 150 plates, 10 motors, 10 computers? Oh, that's 100 of those. It's kind of a lot. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. We need steel plates for everything, so that's fine that that's happening. We're gonna need more stone. Cruising. Alright, so now you can start to hear it. We're starting to get to that power problem where our wind turbine actually isn't putting out enough to fully support the machines that we have built. So it's doing all right up there. Really, let's take a look. What are we generating? So it's optimal. It's doing all right. It's doing about 200. It's about half of what it could be doing. You know, we're kind of close to the wall. We're not super high, but it's trying. It's doing its best for us up there. All right, so let's grab some plates. Some of those, some of these. As soon as we get this refinery built, we're really going to be sucking power. So 2 more motors and a bunch of plates. So 2 motors. Some plates. Perfect. There we go. Refinery's up and running. And that should start refining good the scrap metal. So we'll get rid of that. We'll get that turned into iron as well. Boost up our production ever so slightly. Alright, so that's our basic setup, right? So we have the ability to refine everything. We can assemble the majority of things that we need, and that'll get us going. I definitely need to figure out a battery, however. A large grid battery is fairly brutal. normally put that on 4. And we're gonna try to put that inside. So just for convenience, because at the moment I'm not sure how this is going to build, or how we're going to build everything right now. So we're just gonna kind of tuck it away in a spot that's not just gonna get immediately blown up. Okay, yeah, so we need more stone. We're getting there. And battery. All right. Construction components, 80 power cells. That's going to be the draw right there. And 25 computers. So just plates, construction components, power cells, computers. So plates, construction components, power cells, and computers. Power cells take base material, so yeah, we just, at this point, it's just stone, baby. We just gotta make a ton of trips for stone. We could make a couple more wind turbines to help us out. $50 girders. That's probably not a bad idea for power anyways. 50 girders. 40, 80 interior plates, 16 motors. Forty construction parts, 4 computers. Got the computers. 40 construction. Okay, so that will also get us power.
Energy low.
Yeah. The also as you explore, like, so we're gonna be kind of hiding in this cove for a little bit, but as you explore, that's what starts spawning in a lot more of these factions and a lot more ships. So Assert is another faction that you're gonna see a lot. They're very angry all the time. But if you don't like move around too much, it stays kind of chill. But as soon as you start exploring, as soon as you start looking for, you know, materials and stuff, ore veins and whatnot, then you really got to start dealing with the factions and stuff. So probably like the first priority that we're gonna try to do is kind of twofold. It's iron and magnesium. Magnesium is like your main component for any kind of ammunition that you're gonna be making. And then iron is like the base material for everything, right? That's how you make your construction blocks. It's just, it turns it into the steel plates and everything. So iron is huge. You just constantly need iron. So we need those two things first. The ice is great as well because ice gets turned into oxygen and hydrogen. So you can use hydrogen for power generation. You can get a hydrogen generator down and use the ice for that, which is great to have. We might consider going that way, you know, relatively quickly, just due to the fact that we have it. Forgot that we were trying to build this battery here. Still so 25 computers, 20 construction construction components, 14. Yep, that should be all the other stuff. Alright, perfect. So some steel plates and 10 more. Perfect. Alright, so there's those. Need a bunch more plates, which we don't have. But we're getting to. Alright, so this should be enough, though, to get it built. Perfect. And now we'll have a storage location for our power. So as that thing's spinning, anytime that these things aren't running, it should be putting an input. Anything they're running, it'll put a draw on, as batteries tend to do. Let's go ahead and grab those, these, that. All right, perfect. And get up here and build 2 more turbines. One on that side, one on this side. Interior plates, motors, girders. I think that's probably... Just need more everything. Plates, motors, girders. Yeah, put those first. Keep on mining. We're getting close. We're getting close to another breakpoint here where we'll be able to not have to continue to build things as much as we'll be able to start excavating and opening up the mountain for our base. Funny, most of my starts kind of all feel the same. I play with these mods pretty much every time just to make sure that there's a lot going on, and there's always, you know, something trying to kill me, which makes me dig a hole very quickly and make sure that the things that I'm building aren't just gonna get immediately blown up. Like I said earlier, there's not a lot of health on all of these blocks that we're building, and if we were to draw aggro of like some of those factions right now, it'd be over.
Inventory full.
They would Swiss cheese the shit out of everything we've got built. Actually, our platform here isn't even really built up. This is just frame. We haven't welded any of this stuff together. We need a ton of steel for that. Can we get 8? We got 8. Alright, let's go up there and build our second wind turbine. Perfect. What are we missing here? Some motors and some construction components. Okay, so we need some more rocks for the motors.
Inventory full.
What's up? Finish your video?
Oh yeah, but I put a couple more posts up still.
Oh, okay.
That's a really big problem.
Inventory full.
Ooh, that's a good sign.
No,
What do you mean?
it's in my like tabs, which is where I was having issues.
Do you need to eat a banana?
No,
Why not?
that's gross.
What?
I don't like
Inventory full.
Yeah, but they're good for you.
it.
Well, I'm sure more Pepsi will help.
Yeah, absolutely. Get that blood flowing a little faster.
Oh gosh.
Now you're getting it.
Well,
You know, I would love someone to do a test study on that and it be like legit. Be like,
I'm sure there are doctors with that exact study been done.
pour a little Pepsi on it. Can't be any worse than dirt.
Yikes. Well, you're gonna have to do arms tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I really don't wanna. My arms suck.
Yeah. Well, that's what you gotta
But-
do 'em.
One day or day one, right?
Yep.
Yay. I can say that here because it's the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
I
are.
can't say that on the real world. People get pissed.
We keep it real up in here. Say what you want.
Is that, Modes?
Yep.
Nice.
Luna's here. Quixie checked in for just a moment before he went to work.
You mean we checked in at the same time?
Yeah, you guys did. Alright, so we got some power coming in, we got a battery, we got our production. Now it's time to make this hole large.
That's what she said.
Yep.
Okay, bye.
Okay, see you later. So, it's going to expand it ever so slightly so that we don't blow something up with our boar head. And we're gonna get rolling on that. So first, we're going to drag some stuff. First, we need piston with one eye. And we need drill. Yes, and we need our conveyor belts. So how do I want to do this? Probably this one on 9, this one on 7. What does this have? So this one does not have circles. So let's do T. Oh, here we go. Perfect. I love it when they make the groupings. It's so much better for your hotbars when you make the groupings. All right. Yeah. So let's get into this. We're gonna do 3 first. We need plates. I'm gonna say we probably need to do man. Probably 2. Because I want to go deeper. I don't want to rebuild this like too many times. Okay. So can we fit another one on here already? We cannot. I need steel plates. Really? Seems as though that is true.
Inventory full.
Why? Alright, that should work. Yep. Alright, so there's that, and then I would like, probably for now, God, how much do we want to go crazy here? Probably 3 wide. Probably 3 wide is what we really want to do here. So Need to go this way. And then this way. Do this. Check it, see.
Energy low.
Give Hades a treat? Alright, hold on. So we'll have to pull up the camera and show you our 2-month beard.
Fuel low.
Oh, shit.
Fuel critical.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Hades, you have been gifted a treat. Like 9 inches. Holy shit, dude. That's crazy. I do not have that kind of nonsense going on, but here we go. Hello! Here we are. We're getting there. Hello, buddy. Yeah. You're massive. So here's Hades. Here's the tree. Boom. They're tiny, so we'll give them 2. Pink around?
Yeah, I hear him at the beach.
Pink! Yeah, I thought I heard you stepping down the hallway. Yeah, here.
You old man.
Here you go, buddy. Yeah. Everybody gets treats. 4 for the price of 1. Yeah, they're doing pretty good. Oh, hello. Let's see. There you are. And the tank. What's up, Gandalf? Whatever. Yeah, he's doing pretty good. Pretty healthy. He's 2 years old now, as of January. The good old boy. All right. So, bad news is we are out of hydrogen. So, that's the thing we're going to have to figure out. But really all it means at the moment is I don't have any jetpack for a little bit, which can make building slightly inconvenient, but it's not the end of the world. Oh man, what were we talking about? We were talking about turtles the other night. I forget. I think Guns was asking what turtles look like out of their shell, and then I was like, bro, turtles don't just like, they're not hermit crabs. But then we were like thinking about it, and I think she asked me to ask you. So anyways, that was pretty funny.
Inventory full.
Yeah, they don't leave their shell, yeah. But I think Franklin the turtle did leave. I think he took off his shell. So, you know, it's confusing.
Inventory full.
All right, so effectively what I'm doing right now is these are pistons, so these things extend. So I got 2 of them right here that will move forward. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna put a big old drill head on the front of here. We're gonna put 3 of them on here, and they're gonna bore. You got ads. Back in a couple minutes, roger that. All right. So we need. No. Dang it.
Inventory full. Fuel critical.
Four motors, 4 large steel tubes. Hey, nice. Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure you're subscribed on Kick, so that's perfect. So we're just putting together our pistons here, which will, I don't know how much of that you caught, but these blocks extend. Add piston head. They extend forward and will move whatever you have attached to them forward as well. So we're gonna put these big drills on the front of them, and those drills will collect all of this dirt for us, so we won't have to do it by hand anymore, and it'll move forward. Eventually, as we bore out a bigger hole, we'll add to it. We'll make a big rig that is being used to bore out what is in front of us here, and it'll be a good time. We just need like a bunch of things. Computers, interior parts, all that shit. This is gonna be kind of a process to get it built because it does take a lot of resources to do what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to effectively skip a couple steps here by building this machine. So to get it going is kind of a hassle, but once you get it going, you don't have to hand mine really at all after that point, so. That is the goal. I think in my last base that I did, I ended up making like a 3x3 bore head, and I just pushed it forward and down like this massive tunnel effectively that I built my base out of, and then used that to get my production rolling. Ended up making a mining vessel, and then I used that to like extend my base into the mountain quite a bit. Alright, so let's pick up all these rocks and dump them into our refinery.
Full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Fuel
So.
critical.
Trying to do that. Trying to put one on each side. I know one will fit on the right side already, but one does not fit on the left, so we'll keep mining over here. It's a little bit larger. Should I put this on a hinge first? I probably should. We're gonna have to go forward a bit then if I do that, but that'll skip a step later. Okay, so that fits on this side. So if we put a hinge on it, that means we just have to make this go forward another block or two, I want to say. And then we'll go ahead and bore this right now, just to kind of speed this up.
Inventory full.
Jeez, so to do this the right way, so it's all starting to come back. I'm gonna need an advanced rotor. And a hinge. And then I will not have to build as many drills. Okay, so we need like a ton of large steel tubes. What does that need? Steel plates. Okay. We're actually gonna put our bottles away too. There's no reason to have either of these. The hydrogen bottle's empty, and this planet's got oxygen, so we don't need that. Okay. Perfect. All right, so we'll keep building that up.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
Where the large tubes at? Let's make everything else first. Let's get rid of that. Let's see what we can build here.
Fuel critical.
Okay, yep, so that puts us at literally just the tubes. I want to make sure that that stuff's all built first before I put the drills on this, or else it'll kind of jack up. What's going on? So what does this need? Just a ton of iron, huh? Alright.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Energy low.
So one thing we're gonna do here is name these. Stand. Share inertia. Rotor share inertia. Where is the hinge? Share inertia, and we're going to lock the hinge. Perfect. Okay. I do think that this is big enough to get our mine on here, so we're gonna stop getting too crazy. Pick up this, see where we're at for materials, and then slap those 3 mine heads on and go from there. We're gonna need to build more after we get this together and see what we need. We also gotta conveyor it all up, so. Oh, I needed, shoot. Whatchamacallit. That, and this. Ooh, okay, so this does not fit. Open the roof up a little bit.
Fuel critical.
Think that it's this. Why? What's in the way? There we go. Alright, perfect. So, these guys need... So we need 3 times this recipe, and then we're there. Well, that was a lie. We need conveyor belts too, but let's get this done. So, ooh, that's so many steel plates. Do we just make 1? Yo, let's just make 1. We'll get some real stone grab, and then we'll make the rest of them. That's actually a really good idea. So it was like 300 plates. $40 construction, 12 tubes. Okay, so actually the rest, it's just the plates really that is crazy. So yeah, so 300 plates, computers, tubes, construction components, computers, motors, small. I think that's it, right? That's like the main stuff. Yeah, so from there, we're just gonna need conveyor belts, so. That up, this up, and we'll get this going. Everything else is built. Alright, so now it's just gonna be the resources that we need for that. So what we wanna do is effectively everything from this hinge forward underneath this drill, we wanna mine this down so that we have room to drop the hinge and like scrape effectively. How far over do we want to go? Probably all the way about here.
Fuel critical.
And then the other thing that we need for this to work is 7. These. And that's gonna really jack up my access, so I don't want to do that. So let's go. Let's go up with it. Yeah, there we go. And then oh, what am I doing? I just need 2 more T's. There and there. Alright. Boom. Alright, so that's gonna be that. I need a lot of motors, construction parts, small tubes, plates, computers, all the good stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I need so many plates for this.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full.
All right, let's see how that's going for us.
Fuel
Ever so
critical.
close here. Yeah, I don't have any jetpack fuel
Inventory
at
full.
all.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
All right, what do we got here? Well, large steel tubes and then just the iron or the steel. And then a bunch of motors, effectively. Motors and plates. So... 12 of those. Oh, shoot, hold on. Motors and plates. Gosh, dude, so much iron. This is crazy. Okay. Just gotta keep on digging. Just so close. We only need like a handful of stuff. Learn and tag how many hours in SE? I have... Right. Currently 500, over 500. But hello, welcome. How's it going, Fenrir? Currently we're playing a very modded run. We're just starting a new world. Going fresh. Just building our initial little mole hole, as it were, to protect us from all of the NPC mods that we've got loaded in the game. And yeah, just trying to get a drill rig going so we can bore out this hole and set up some stuff interior to the planet so that we don't just get blown up right away. But yeah, if you have any questions, just go ahead and ask. Pretty familiar with how everything works. I don't know. Or are you talking about my tag as in learning? Yes, if you have questions, absolutely feel free to ask. This is a new player friendly channel for sure. But and at the same time, like, I don't know all of it either, so like if I don't know, maybe I should, and I'll try to figure it out as well. I definitely don't have all of the build planner stuff
Inventory full.
down super well.
Energy
The
low.
first playthrough I did of this game, which actually was fairly extensive, I decided, a journeyman at least, right?
Inventory full.
Well, I decided that I didn't like the keybinds, and I ended up changing like a lot of them because they're not exactly conducive to not moving your hand on the keyboard. Like, you need a lot of keys for all of the different things that you can do in this game. But I didn't really understand that very well, so I moved a lot of them, and then I didn't have a lot of them bound because I was taking keys away that were already keybound. So I just never learned some of the stuff. I ended up not playing for a few years,
Fuel critical.
and then when I came back to it, I said, you know what? That was silly. I'm gonna relearn the game with the actual keybinds and try to get into this the right way. And so, even just last playthrough, which was only a couple months ago, is when I really started looking at the build planner and realizing what a tool it was and how I was not really using all of the things that I could to make the gameplay smoother and more friendly for myself. So, like I said, I don't know how everything works, but I'm trying to get there myself. Alright, so let's run back real quick, see where we're at with materials. $36 plates. Okay, so we don't need any more interior plates. Good, we're not building them. Holy cow, I built a lot of fucking computers. You bind to your own comfort, but yeah, build keys you prefer. Yeah, I'm at this point I've kind of afraided myself from changing it too much past where it's at. So we're gonna try to build it, or try to deal with how it is set up base. But having a good time. We got fairly far into my last run, although the two guys I was playing with didn't they don't have, I guess, as free of a schedule as I do currently. Not that that will last for too much longer. And so it was just kind of difficult, and I felt like I was, you know, playing a map that was supposed to have more people, and I was leaving them behind, and I just figured maybe start a fresh world. And so that's where we're at. We added some mods, made ore a lot harder this run. Not only have we isolated it to certain planets, we made the depth requirement and the locations that you can get it at different from base game. So it's gonna take, oh gosh, what am I doing here? You know, some real effort to get to some of them, which is cool. It'll extend the playthrough out a little bit.
Inventory full. Inventory full.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. And you know, as long as, you know, they're still willing to deal with the hell that is all the NPC mods I have loaded in here, I guess they're free to join me on this one if they wanted to as well, but we'll just see what we can get into. I'm not sure if I necessarily have like a goal in mind necessarily for this playthrough, but considering I didn't really get my battle cruiser built in the last one, maybe we'll leave our sights on that for now, and if we do get all the material that we need to build that, maybe I'll start working on it, but that's gonna be quite a minute before we get to that point. For she is pretty resource intensive. A lot of mods also that make they're effectively overclocking mods. So not in the sense that you would install an overclock, but I've added upgraded equipment. So like from your drills to your your mining, your ore detectors and all that. A lot of stuff that makes them better, but makes them cost a hell of a lot more resources and power to use. So eventually we'll get into that. A lot of thruster type upgrades. So the things that we will be getting into are going to be very useful, but they're going to be super costly. Gosh, we gotta be getting close, I would think. Nope. Well, might be a station on the solar planet. So we're gonna have to be going to all of them. Asteroids don't really have a whole lot of materials, as far as what I could tell from the mod we have loaded for ore distribution. So we're gonna have to go down to like the alien planet and everything, Mars, for the other like more extreme resources. So we'll definitely be traveling for sure. At the beginning, it's probably gonna be quick trips, and then later on, when we have a vessel that we'll be able to move around with, maybe we'll be able to do some longer excursions in space. Okay. Man, if I could just get this thing operational. So 8 more plates to just get it rolling, and then the conveyor belts is, I guess, what we should prioritize. Once we get this thing moving, it's going to be a lot easier to gather and not have to hand drill as much. or at all if we're smart about it. This is not. No, this is a fresh world local save on my own machine. Okay, so 6, 12, 18, 24, 8. Oof. All right. That's fine. More digging. I guess I could have. Well, I didn't want to. Only because, like, there's already, like, a lot of stuff set up. Well, maybe not really a lot, depending on what you're used to seeing on your saves, but, like, the starter planet had, like, a lot of facilities set up already. Like, I already had quite a bit of stuff to alleviate the beginning of the game, and Mugs here in the chat, he wanted to join me in the start and kind of see what the game was about, because he's never played. So we were just kind of hanging out and talking about what the game is, and, you know, giving him the general comparisons to Kerbal Space Program, Minecraft, that kind of stuff, and trying to explain the majesty that is Space Engineers.
Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Inventory full. Fuel critical.
Yeah, we were talking about beards, but that's really funny. Nine inches ain't no joke though for a beard. If I was in that position, dude, I'd be out at a freaking barber. I'd be having it fucking professionally trimmed, be looking fucking sick. Okay, so what are we missing here? Construction components and small tubes. All right, Una, we're about to send this thing. Any more plates? No. All right, so now we can this, turn that on. This. Here we go. I think that can go, well, I mean, a good bit faster, but there we go. So contact, and we're mining, baby. All right, so once we get this opened up a little bit, we can get the hinge slanted a little bit, and even the advanced rotor spinning, and just like bore the shit out of this. It's pretty, like, my brain starts breaking as soon as you get into like rotor rotation and everything like that. So I may end up just going the easy route and throwing making this like a you know, 3 across mine head, and then just using the hinge to kind of like scrape, and then once we get there, maybe I'll flip 90 degrees and then keep going. But we'll see how it goes. Years and needs a lot of attention, conditioner. Same shit as what ladies with long hair deal with. Yeah, dude, but a good beard. Oh god, I was in the military for 10 years. I just left active duty, and that's like the dream, to have like a very well kept, like, I don't know, probably just like 3 to 4 inches. I mean, I don't know that I'd need like anything too crazy, but be sick to be able to do that. Rotors and hinges always before the piston. But then like your whole arm is moving. So okay, so I can get behind that a little bit. I understand what that would give you as far as like overall like reach and stuff. This setup is literally just to get me inside. I'm just trying to bore out a hole to like move my base in here and like get protected. So it's not actually like anything super crazy. I just use this as literally that, just a bore head to try to scrape out a base so I don't have to hand drill it all out. But that, I mean, that's kind of scary. If that was all back there and then the piston and stuff was moving, just the amount of angle on that would be pretty nuts. But yeah, as you can see, even with just the 2 pistons, like this is gonna be quite deep. So yeah, that's plenty for what I need right now. Then we'll go take a look over here. And just that, so that was 40k stone there, 50k stone. Yeah, so 1 push, and we're already like 60 in the drill. Like, we got so much stone coming in right now. Actually, we probably lost some, honestly, because it looks like everything's full. Yeah, I'm not exactly sure how that works. If it just eats it as your pistons push out, I would assume that that's how that works. So yeah, we're like overflowing now with stone, so our refinery and whatnot is just gonna be going from here on out. We'll be able to really get into things. How is our battery doing? So we got like half full before the refinery is now just like sending it. We have ice available. I don't know how quickly we want to rush a hydrogen engine. Tensor something on the pistons? Inertia stabilizer or whatever? Inertia tensor? Yeah. Alright, so let's bring these back. Actually, I want to change them because I believe I'm being pretty patient. I think at least double the speed we were using is fine, even if we're using both pistons at the same time. I think 0.4 is safe to push a drill. But even so, like, I'm trying to not be too greedy. Like this stone is gonna take a minute to process. Maybe I should, man. I don't know. Like, we're getting a lot of iron. Maybe it doesn't really matter. Maybe we should just bore out this hole and get things inside. Yeah, stone's not going to be a problem, I don't think, from here on out. So let's just go ahead and do it. With tensors on, they act with the weight of the station and won't wobble. Yeah, stabilizes a lot of stuff. With that being said, maybe we should weld up our platform ever so slightly. Maybe not. Maybe I don't care at the moment. Yeah, so I'd like to get... I think I am going to cheat. Not cheat, but, you know, just do this the easy way. Put another drill on each side of the center one, and then push it out again. Lower it a little bit, push it out again, lower it a little bit, push it out again, and get, like, the bottom part done, and then do, like, the same with the top. And just get, like, this hole going, and then we can spin it 90 degrees, and we can do the side and then the other side, and just bore out this massive area inside here, and we won't break through any of the walls. Then that'll give us like a huge area to work with as far as production and everything like that. Sometimes you want the wobble on the drill. In what situation? Not that I think you're wrong, but what situation would that be useful? If you want the drill to make a bigger hole, yeah, that's fair.
Energy low.
But yeah, that's literally what I was doing. Like, why did I just extend that platform? Yeah, I'm a big fan of using the drills. Again, like all the stuff I was learning. Just got into scripts, was using Izzy's, and then a station.
Fuel
Oh, I guess
critical.
we can turn this off. A station mining setup as well. For the first time. Shit was awesome. We were having a lot of problems with gold, though, in our last run. Could not get enough of that shit. And I don't think gold is accessible until a whole nother planet in this run either, so we're gonna be without that stuff for quite a while. Large tubes. Computers, which we have. ore detecting thing, like to make the ore detector like a farther range. I felt bad about it. I was very tempted in my last run to install just the simple mod that makes like the small grid one 150 and then the large grid one like 500 or something, whatever it is. I didn't end up doing it, but just to charge. But I did end up installing one this time. Oh, what is the problem here? Oh, are we out of stone? Wow, I was literally just talking about how we were not going to have a problem with stone. That's hilarious. Well, obviously the easy and probably correct answer is just to build one of these at a time. So I need one more tube. Okay, that's what I thought. Perfect. Okay. On. And now we have more stone.
Fuel critical. Right now it's just a lot of boring out this here hole. And then setting up our base, moving things inside, getting maybe a large cargo container up. How many? 24 grids. I think we have that from the starting rover. We have like 40. Yeah. So we can actually get a large grid up, which might actually be really smart so that we can actually get some of this stone. But again, I just don't see us having problems with stone. That might be a misstep on my part, though. We will just have to see. $30 construction parts and 12 large tubes. Perfect. Was it 5 wide? My last base might have been 5 drills wide. I don't know how fucking crazy I went with it. I really don't remember. But it was dumb. But we should be able to do plenty of what I did with this, with the rotor and the hinge on it. We're gonna do some scraping, some rotating. Open this all the way up. And yeah, that's all we have to build for a minute now, so we'll just be able to let this thing go and refine all these rocks down. I do actually want to get a large sooner than later. It's not too bad. I'm just not sure where I want to put it. Probably under, so maybe, yeah, let's just do the lower scrapes first, and then we'll figure out where the large is gonna go. I always screw this up. If I just want this thing to oh, you know what I should have added? Frickin' build vision.
Fuel critical.
Mods for finding ores. Advanced options? No. Home? Oh. I don't know what that does. Woo! Yeah, that's not what I wanted to do. Oh, I forgot that that thing didn't have all its plates. Yo, if I lose that center one, I'm gonna lose all of them. This is kind of silly. Alright. I mean, we could do a push, though, with it scraping like this.
Did I break it? Shit. What happened? I broke it. Left box might be stuck. Like those guys because of the roof. Anybody good with hinges here? If I want this hinge to lower slowly, preferably. how do I lower it? What like what is the... I just touched this button. It did not like that. It did not like that button. Give the hinge braking force, then turn it off. Braking torque? Ooh. What does that mean? I don't know what's happening. Ooh, that's a lot. Okay, it doesn't like that. What if I... What happened? Why did it go down? Is it because I hit reverse? Shit, dude. I don't know what I'm doing. Ah, here we go. The velocity. Perfect. That'll work. Lower slowly, I think you need to use timers. Yeah, alright, that'll work. We put some brakes on it. We changed the velocity. We got it off the roof. Now my pistons work again. Thank you very much. Smoked that question. Okay. So
Fuel critical.
yes, thank you. I'm thinking, man, where do we want... I want to start building, but I know if I start building right now, things are going to be in the way of the bore, and then I'm going to be upset later. So let's just get this done, I suppose. This is going to be probably painfully slow for you guys. But we're just vacuuming. Just vacuuming up the stone. While that's happening, we'll get 500 of those cooking for the large container that we're gonna get eventually. Wish I had some hydrogen. I'd cut that out a little bit up there so we didn't have as much trouble. But we'll get to the roof eventually. Alright, back to the hinge. Alright. Velocity. Down. Woo!
kind of a lot. I'm gonna break these fucking things pretty quick. Falling asleep, bro. Game looks cool. To be honest, I'll think about getting it if you're gonna be playing it for a while. I wish Volcanoids was like this. Dude, this... I mean, that's effectively, in a way, what this is. Volcanoids, it's just not, like, run away from the volcano. But yeah, drill ships, all that shit. Very much so, yeah. But yeah, man, if you want to join me and learn and whatever, absolutely, you're more than welcome. I think this is gonna be a fun playthrough. Fen is a drunk American from the Midwest. Hey, I'm from the Midwest. I'm not drunk, but I am originally from Nebraska. As long as you don't give the piston a lot of force, you won't break it. Giving it too much velocity. That's good to know. I break things quite often. I'm not so good about like the finer, like the finesse, right? Like getting all these things to move the way you want. Not the greatest. Yeah, dude. I will see you later, man. Sleep on it. Let me know what you think tomorrow. So I think, so we'll get like the lower bit here mined out, and then I think we'll go like left first, or maybe right first. Maybe we'll go right first, get that bored out, and then maybe we'll put like the cargo container over there by the battery before we get into much else. Ain't it like hella early, Fen? What are you doing awake, dude? I should be asleep right now. I'm on the fucking West Coast. Alright. Hinge. Try to break this thing again. Whoop. Is that about where we're gonna be in trouble if we keep going? Only because on this side, right?
Fuel critical.
Yeah, now the real question is, will this thing move forward without destroying itself? Man, I don't know. I feel like... Come on now. Get up. I feel like this like area right here was not getting mined out. But then again, I don't know, like the top of the head... Yeah, it's super late. Well, I hope that doesn't bite you too hard tomorrow. I might be paying for it. We'll see when my girl makes this get up for the gym. Trying to be healthy. I think we send it. I think we go for it, and it might break. We'll see. Lots of vodka. Hey, you know what? Glad we could keep you company.
Orders. Alright. Fingers crossed. Oh, actually, well. Oh, God. Okay, I think we're alright. Maybe. Should be. I think we're okay. Now, in order to spin this thing... Oh yeah, I have a whole nother piston I have to send. Shoot. Yeah, in order to rotate this thing to the right, I'm gonna have to drill, I think. I'm West Coast, yeah, I'm out in Washington. Yeah, who's Mountain? Who lives there? Yeah, I've been everywhere, man. I've been everywhere, but currently on the West Coast. So I mean, it's still early. It's still 2 in the morning. We got suckered into loading this up for Una, aka Mug's money, about 11:20ish this evening, and then obviously like getting anything done in this game takes a considerable amount of time. So, all right, could attach a sideways drill on the back of those 3. Have it dig out the wall. Yeah. That's true. My brain is trying to come up with a different way than just hand drilling it out that makes sense to me. It's not really working super great, but I'm sure your way is probably correct.
Fuel critical.
Alright, so we'll drag that back. That's all the way down 90, so that's as low as they're gonna go for in here, which is plenty of room for us. Ooh, I don't know if that's gonna play very nice when it gets back here, though. Oh boy. We're gonna make it? this. Okay, so that's that. Although at 90 degrees, you could just make the rotor go really slow and get it sideways. I'm hoping that that's the case. We did do quite a bit of mining over here on the right, so I'm hoping that we can just, like, oh man, just go oh so very, very, very patiently slow and not break something. All right, new learning stage, the advanced rotor. All right, let's take a look here. How do we rotate this? Same way, I would think. We add some brake. I don't know, I'm just guessing. 15. And we... Ah, that's fast. Oh. If you reduce the torque on it, it won't... Oh gosh. Ooh, I don't know if I saw that out of the corner of my eye wrong and it was braking or what, but reduce the torque on it, it won't be able to push the drill too hard against the wall. Oh, that's good to know. Yeah, buddy. We're getting crazy here. I do not think we are gonna make it 90 degrees. Stone, yes, the 3 base materials, that is correct. Alright, so that is as far up as she's gonna let me go. I don't have any frickin' hydrogen in my jetpack, so this is gonna be a task. Might have to jump on this thing. It can go higher if you temporarily remove the drill on the right. That's
Fuel
fair.
critical.
That is not what I wanted to do. Shit. Come on, Ammo. Move your butt. Alright, don't just turn off the block. That doesn't work very well. Man, not having hydrogen makes this such a pain.
Energy low.
All right, we're getting there. Perfect. I don't know if that'll get us much more than 90, but it's a start. Here we go. It did not get us 90. What did we run into? Oh, there I go. Maybe it was just moving too fast? Please? Oh, to lift the drills? A good call. Put it back to 30. And we'll try. Oh, that's too fast. I want to go like 40 maybe. Alright. That's pretty good. I almost got 90, but I stopped too soon. There we go. Alright, there's 90 degrees. And now the problem is, can we... Man, are we going to be able to swing this thing out without breaking everything? Maybe. Potentially. And we want to go... this way. Alright, so we got some issues. Right there. And maybe over there.
Fuel critical.
Okay, I might concede and I want my jetpack back. It's just I'm not having a good time with it. Alright, what does it need? A couple of motors, a couple computers. So take 10 of those. These. I live literally right next to an ice lake, and I don't have any jetpack fuel, which is crazy. It's just like that, fixed. I don't know why we decided that that was not something we did fucking forever ago. Alright, perfect. Now my bearings are all jacked up. There we go. So... are we ready to push this thing forward, or were we trying to straighten out a little bit more? I think we were trying to straighten out just a slight bit more. Let's do like a 45. Yeah, that'd be a good push for the first one. I think, maybe. Why do I feel like it's gonna run into something? Yep. I should have done like a top scrape just to move, like, to make the top even as well before I spun it. Oh.
Energy.
Oh. That'll do it. All right. Yeah, that's unfortunate. We're doing it now. There we go. Alright, so try to get that hinge slightly higher. Okay, it cannot go any higher than that. Due to perfect. Alright, so that's going to be a great setup for us to get going. We're going to have the roof mined out, the bottom mined out, the sides. Give us a really good T-section to start building off of. But it is getting late, like we just talked about. I'm going to bounce out of here, but we're going to definitely be back into this very soon. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your evening. I plan on it as well. So we'll talk to y'all later. Take it easy, everybody.